Funky.
Hey everybody, welcome back behind the bar. I feel like it's been forever since I did this. I just got back from my vacation. Didn't have any content posted this last week, so sorry about that, but I was in the lovely land of the Black Hills up in South Dakota seeing Mount Rushmore, along with all the other sites up there. Beautiful, beautiful country. If you like the outdoors and just nice, beautiful parts of our country, go do it. It's amazing. I love it. It's the second time I've been there, and I don't regret it. But during that time, right before I left, there was a beer that was released that I have been salivating about since its announcement, and I found out I was getting some, and that is King JJJulius from Treehouse Brewing Company. This was released on 6/24/16 as a thank you for their 4th anniversary. I know it was on tap at their anniversary party. The only real review that I've seen online of this is my man Joe over at Jow's Arcade. He did a review, loved it. I'm trying to not let his hype and text messages and almost near pornographic pictures of this beer get me too much on the hype train, but I think it's hard to avoid. I'm near saying this is the best beer that Treehouse has ever released. As you know from, if you watched my review for JJJulius, that was Julius with an extra kettle hop and extra dry hop, whereas this is King Julius, which was in my top 3 last year of all beers that I drank with an extra dry hop and kettle hop, clocking in an 8.4% ABV. I've had this out for about 30 minutes. I have been in the car for 11-12 hours today, so I am pumped for a beer, and this is what I wanted. I actually filmed a crappy beer review out on the deck of the house we rented in South Dakota, which I'll post later on this week as some crappy IPA malt bomb that I had while I was there, but I wanted to do something local and fun while I was out there. So that'll be up, but I wanted to get this up first because I am absolutely stoked for this beer. Stoked for this beer. So, let's enjoy the hype and see what happens. Pours out just like straight orange juice. I mean, there is no better way to describe that. Just pulpy without the floaties, but just that thick, amazing, just like haze for days. I mean, this is just, it looks dark as hell in here and on camera, but it's just because it's so thick, light is not getting through it. I mean, there's nothing there, guys. This is beautiful, fluffy, just tight, like almost like marshmallow, finger and a half of just kind of off-white head, but just that orange juice, like orangish golden, just thick, turbid, like ridiculousness. Already getting some great glass lacing as you would expect from this, with some just killer alcohol legs. This looks amazing. Let's dive in, see what it smells like, because I can smell it already. It's ridiculous. Wow. Huge nose. Huge. I mean, I could smell it as soon as I pop the can. Huge orange, just enormous orange, tangerine, just orange, peach, mango, but just so forward. It just like bursts out of the glass. There's a nice little bit of like dankness, green kind of hop matter quality to it, as Joe likes to say. Just like a grassy, piney, nice element there at the end of the nose. Some sweet malts are in there just kind of mixing in with that 8.4% ABV. But this is just a juice bomb. If you've ever had Julius, just that huge explosion. I'm not getting as much grapefruit in this as I do sometimes with Julius. This is straight juice. I mean, this is the juiciest Treehouse beer I've smelled. I mean, if I told you this was, and I've said that, I've actually used this description before, but if I sat down a thing of that naked, like smoothie thing that they smelled, the orange mango one, you would swear that's what this was. Wow. It smells incredible, guys. Yeah, it's just huge. I mean, it's just so aromatic. It's so big. If you love Julius, you are going to love, and King Julius, you're going to love the smell of this. It just makes me think King Julius, but even a step above that. Like, it's that much more forward to me. From what I remember, it's been a few months since I had King Julius, but so huge. Let's dive in and see what it tastes like, guys. As always, huge shout out to my man Leo. It was a big Boston beer release week day actually when this was released. Trillium released one of their first IPA. That wasn't that like session thing that they did with Evil Twin, a collaboration with Other Half, which I do have as well that we'll be doing a review of this week. That I'm pumped about as well. But he was a man on a mission for me that day, so I really appreciate it, man. You're awesome as always. I can't wait any longer, guys. Let's dive in. See if the hype is real. Cheers. Wow. That's kind of stunned. That is kind of a nice mix. Like, I'm getting this, like, that juicy fruit, yeasty quality to go with that orange, mango, peach, tangerine, like, just explosion on this beer. It actually has some elements. The mouthfeel is very green to me. It's as thick as green, which I think is the thickest Treehouse beer, but maybe even a slight step above that. It is insane. It is insane, guys. This is an explosion. There is no alcohol to speak of. The 8.4% is perfectly hidden. The hops give it this nice, like this kind of herbal green, dank, resinous, just mild, like very slight on the end. If you like your IPAs like big and bold and piney, this probably isn't for you. This is just this is the epitome, the Mount Rushmore, this is the king, the crowning jewel of the New England style right here, of a double IPA. The malts are just a nice, sweet, like honey malts. A little bit of dryness, like from a pale malt on the finish, but not that juice lingers. It is sometimes Julius can be, especially when it's fresh, can be a little harsh and bitter. I don't get that from this, and it may just because this has, the 24th today. Time of recording is July 2nd, so it's about a week and a half old. Just over a week, and it is, it's creamy, it is thick, it's almost, for an IPA, it's almost chewy. This is the one thing you never have to worry about with Treehouse that I do with some other breweries, is that the carbonation is spot on this. It is killer. I would say the two best double IPAs that to this point I've had from Treehouse would be very hazy. And it would be King Julius. King Julius being one of my top beers of last year. It was in the top 3 with 2 stouts. That's how amazing it was with Good Morning and Morning Delight. This is insanity, guys. This is damn near the perfect beer. I'm a huge hoppy beer guy. It's a lot of what's on my channel. I do a lot of Treehouse on my channel, but this is a next step for them. This is so hop forward. This is so saturated with lupin oils and just hop matter and just thick creaminess, and it is just bold. It is flavorful. You will never say that this beer is lacking in any flavor. It is from beginning to end. It starts with just this burst of orange and mango, and just rolls into a little tiny bit of like grapefruit pithy, like grapefruit peel, like bitterness that finishes with this like light herbal note, but it just throughout the whole thing is just this juice explosion with a little tiny bit of just like maltiness, just kind of pull it all together. This is frigging insane. Wow. And I don't even know, like, you say that, and I don't know how to, like, compare it to other Treehouse double IPAs. Is it the best one? Well, let's do some investigation. I happen to have one can, very hazy left, canned about a month ago when I was out there. So let's compare. Color-wise, this is definitely a little thicker. A little bit more turbid because they're about the same color. This one is a little bit more yellowish orange. but there's more light getting through this, although they're both crazy haze for days. So, I mean, very hazy. Let's check it out. I reviewed this beer, so I don't have to get too crazy with it, but the nose is big. It's big peach. It's big grapefruit. Big tropical fruits, pineapple. But it is not near as in your face as this. I mean, I get my nose to like here and I can start smelling it. This is still very aromatic, but not as explosive as this beer. I mean, yeah, it's incredible flavor. This one's a little bit more bitter, a little bit more pininess, but very little, but it's noticeable because it's got a little bit more. But it's bursting with tropical fruits, pineapple, guava, a little bit of mango in there. It's got tangerine. It's big fruit flavor. But when I reviewed this beer, I gave it 100 out of 100. And reviewing it side by side with this beer, King JJJulius is just, it's a crusher. It's a thicker beer. It's more flavorful. It's bold. It's explosive. It is insane. And this is, I'm drinking one of the, in my opinion, one of the top 5 best double IPAs in the world. Top 6. I mean, yeah, it's got that treehouse magic amazingness. It's a month old. It's a little bit older. So I am picking up a little bit more of the maltiness, but I did when I had it the first time. I also get, it's not as balanced. You can definitely, there's a boozy hint to it, like almost like a smell. Like you almost smell it, like when you smell a bourbon barrel aged beer. Not really tasting it a lot, maybe a smidge right here, but overall it's extremely balanced for what is this, 8.6, so just 0.2 higher. But this is a masterpiece, guys. It's thicker, it's creamier, it's so forward but yet so balanced. It does so much on an even playing field. Like this one has a little bit more ebbs and flows. Both, I mean, I'm a winner. They're both amazing beers. They're both 100s for me. 100 out of 100. They're some would argue 99 out of 100, maybe for the booziness. You know who you are, but they're both insane. But this is it's hard to say it and justify saying that they're both 100, but this is leagues better. I was gonna trade one of my cans of these, I really was, for a beer, but that is not happening now. It's just not happening. Wow, guys. I'm speechless. I really am. Joe, in his review, said that, and this is high praise considering we both agree that green is the best beer the Treehouse consistently brews. It is my favorite Treehouse beer. Whereas King Julius might be overall, actually probably Juice Machine was my favorite Treehouse beer. It's a double IPA. It's insane. I hope they brew it again. But this is the best Treehouse beer I've ever had. I can confirm what Joe said. I didn't know what to think when he said it, because it's bold praise from the best hoppy brewery in the country, in most people's opinion, and the best beer they've ever brewed, from an IPA standpoint. And even then, I would say, you know, it's insane, guys. It's ridiculous. It's a banger. It's a crusher. It's hundreds. Drop the cap. It is. It's insanity. So we'll leave it there. It was fun to throw Very Hazy in just to kind of get a good comparison for people that have had both. I mean, this is an amazing beer. If this is the only beer you could drink for the rest of your life, you are blessed. But by comparison, I mean, it's just not as good. It's just not. So with that, not a bad way to cap off a 12-hour car ride. So I'll get this review up. Probably after this will be the one for the beer that I reviewed while I was out there. And then after that, we're going to have some fun. Because part 1 of swag, I don't know if you've noticed while I was doing this review, but our openers are here, guys. I don't know if you can see the behind the bar logo there on our openers, but these came while I was gone, actually, yesterday, I think. Maybe the day before. They're here, so I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to line up shipping and how much that's going to cost me and how I'm going to do that in the next couple days. And my glasses are done as well. I just have to go pick them up. The place that I bought them from online actually happened to be local, and they told me after the fact. So I can go pick those up, and then we'll figure it all out. I'll do a video just talking about it, what you can do if you want some. I've already had a ton of people on the openers, so if you want one, make sure you let me know fast. They're not going to be cheap for a bottle opener. I mean, they're cheaper than like a Whale Slayer or something like that. These are some of my favorite bottle openers. It is my favorite bottle opener. It's going to be 30-ish, just so you guys know. With shipping and stuff, they're not cheap, but they are the best. They don't bend bottle caps. They have wax openers built into them. They're amazing. So be on the lookout for that. We're getting really close to 600 subscribers, so I'm probably going to give one of those away and a glass away as well when we hit that number. So look forward to that. And yeah, so I don't know what else to say, guys. 100 plus 1,000 out of 100, whatever, for King JJJulius. The hype's real, guys. I wish I could tone it down for you and say the hype train's the Treehouse Hype Train. Oh my god, it's the best hoppy beer I've ever had. Truly is. So, we'll leave it there. Thanks for coming behind the bar with me, guys. I missed you guys. Missed doing this. I'll get this up tonight, actually, I think. And get some more up this week. So, thanks for the likes, subscribes, and comments. Until next time. Cheers.